Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Dustin.
I'm Wendy.
And this is our review for Season 3, Episode 2, Mandalorian. I have to admit, this has been a really awesome start to this season. It's starting to tell us a little bit more about the world, expanding the characters, and I am dying to learn more and more about Mandalorian culture, because that's just that's the title of this show, is The Mandalorian. So it's great that we're going to be getting more and more Mandalorian lore in this. Now, just remember, this is very much a review. Wendy and I got to go see it at the premiere, and we weren't able to film our reaction to it.
Obviously, because we're in a theater full of people. So.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
We don't. There's no taking out our phones in the middle. We don't do any of that when we're at a screening. We are screening. So, but we explained this in the previous video, and just in case you missed that one, we'll kind of talk about it again. You're not going to be seeing our normal reaction format in this video, just kind of like the last one. You won't be seeing that. This is a straight up review with spoilers. I think last time we gave less spoilers because it was the premiere episode. But this time, since we're releasing it after the episode has premiered, we're going to go ahead and get into spoilers. So there's your spoiler warning. And we will be back with our normal reaction format for next week for episode 3. So come on back for that. But if you want to hear our thoughts on episode 2, stay tuned. And also, if you enjoy reviews and other movie discussion, TV show discussion, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any more videos like this one. So yeah, let's get back into it. This season starts off with a bang. I just didn't realize how much I missed The Mandalorian until we got to see episode 1 and episode 2. It just keeps on ramping towards that next thing. We already knew from seeing the trailer that they were going to Mandalore. We also know that Din is still in possession with the Darksaber, and we kind of saw how in the previous seasons, like how that left Bo-Katan. So we already knew that she was going to be involved somewhat. What I love is that she was right back in this episode where Din and Grogu says, okay, he's got to go and reclaim, his journey to reclaim his
honor,
to kind of make up for the sins of taking off his helmet. He wants to follow the creed, and like be able to be calling himself a Mandalorian again. So he needs to bathe in the living waters, and the only place to do that is travel to Mandalore. So him and Grogu go to Mandalore, but not before stopping by our favorite, one of our favorite, probably a fan favorite character, Amy Sedaris, who is my favorite thing is when she goes into her Jawa speak.
Oh,
she does it so well.
She just slips right into it. And she is such just a fun character. The fact that how much she loves Grogu, the fact that she's had Jawa boyfriends, the fact that she was definitely working with the Jawas to rip off that one guy.
I mean, she's hustling, and you gotta respect the hustle. So, they go and visit her right quick before we get into Mandalore. And I think for a lot of us who's watched, Rebel, we have been wanting to see live action Mandalore for a while, and they've been teasing it, so we finally get to go in there, and it is not pretty.
No. I mean, they definitely built up the lore of it just being a wasteland, just how much of it was just destroyed by the Empire.
People were saying it's cursed, and it's definitely Mandalore's seen some stuff. So it's kind of...
She's seen better days.
Yes, to put it lightly. I think it's kind of funny to add a little bit more of the characteristic to it, because in the previous episode, Din was trying to recreate or reconstruct IG-11 to have a droid to bring, with them so they can kind of test the atmosphere, make sure everything is okay. That obviously didn't go well, so we have another droid. And it added just so much more comedy and personality into that, because the droid's like, you go do it. It's kind of no, it's literally your job. You're going to be fine. And it just the situation just continues to get worse and worse and worse when there's only, the two of them, because the droid went away, and then Din's like, well, I guess I gotta go and do this. So then he goes. What I liked with the vibe of this episode is that it leaned darker because they had to go into the mines, into the caves.
Yes.
And you don't really know what's in there, and it's dark, so it
What?
leaned a little bit more horror, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, because that thing that ended up jumping Din and Grogu down in the tunnels.
You talking about the big thing? Or
The
you talking
big-
about the cave dwellers?
The big eyeball thing.
Yeah, I have not. I don't really remember seeing something like that in Star Wars, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we have, but I kind of love it because, like, the machine reminded me of, like, Ant, but then the interior operating machine, like, I don't even know what to call that. So if you guys know
Yeah.
the name of it, if there's, like, a technical name from either the comics or the books, please comment below.
It really did kind of have like a Star Wars steampunk, but yet also with like a little bit of like Dungeons and Dragons mixed into it. It was very much just, I loved how they made it fit and how made it work. But I was sitting here going, what is this thing? I want to know more about this. Tell me about what this creature is.
Yes.
And then, Bo comes in and just...
Well, somebody had to go and get her, and what I liked was that the arc of Grogu, we saw him before as this, like, the child, and everybody, eyes was on, like, that, on Grogu as a target, something to acquire at the bounty, but now Grogu, having trained with Luke, albeit very short of time.
Actually, from what I've heard, Grogu was with Luke for 2 years. So that is the amount of time that went from the end of Mandalorian Season 2, him giving Grogu over to Luke Skywalker, training Grogu for about 2 years, and then Grogu left.
Grogu definitely has learned some stuff.
So there was a lot of time.
Okay.
It just didn't cover it because you only had 2 episodes in Mandalorian 2.5, aka Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So you didn't get
Good to know.
feel that over time progression. But it's actually, I really wish they would have explained that a little bit more, because I would not have known if it wasn't for the super nerds that make videos and give me all the inside information. Because I don't remember if it was
it
New
Eric
Rocks.
Voss?
I think so.
Most likely.
But I'm not 100% sure on which video, because I watch a lot of them.
So with that said, it makes sense for Grogu to have, his arc to kind of show how much he has learned and grown, and, is way more in tune with the Force. So, and it kind of circles back to what Din was saying, like the Mandalorian, like we always know how to find our way home.
Yeah.
Right? So like Grogu learned that real quick, was like, I'm gonna go get Bo. And so when he showed back up and Bo was like, where is Din? She knew. So in a way, like, she didn't really want to go to Mandalore, but then she ended up in Mandalore anyway. And it was just really cool to see, Din was definitely hurt and captured and, like, was not able to get out. And thank God Grogu was there to help him out. But Bo came in and was just like, pop, 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 pop. And just showing off her style of fighting. And was
her
like,
mad skills.
Yeah, it was so satisfying to watch. And then walking with Din to the living waters of beyond, the mine, that was really cool. And again, didn't I feel like couldn't catch a break in this episode? Like, he was captured by the weird machine thing, and then into the bathwater, into the water, the living waters of Mandalore.
But I do have to admit, it is a really cool, different perspective, different point of view that you get of Mandalore. Din, who's been a part of this cult for pretty much his entire life, since he was a kid, and there's this awe and reverence and to you, Mandalore and the living waters. But Bo's like, yeah, I grew up here, we did the ceremony right over there, and everyone was so proud. Ooh.
Yeah, she's a little bit more, like, stoic when it comes to indifferent.
Even when you look back at her character, in Clone Wars, she does not have a good past. She was she's the one who overthrew her sister when her sister was trying to be the pacifist and trying to be like, no, we need to build up Mandalore's economy. We need to be, more civilized. We can't have this warrior past anymore. But no, Bo wanted to overthrow her, and to know this backstory and to know all the bad things that she did, teaming up with Maul and the Vizslas, and I'm just like, it's an interesting evolution of her character. So to see her now have to be like, okay, now I have to deal with this cult child, and fine, I'll take you to the holy waters.
But then she saw something that she was not expecting to see.
No.
I myself was not expecting to see that in the water.
Nope.
And the scale, the size, and yeah, because it's episode 2. I thought something like that, they may be like, okay, episode 4, right? And they gave us to us in episode 2, and I was like, what are we gonna see the rest of this season? It's gonna be fantastic. So now I think Bo is going to have a different perspective moving forward.
Yes.
And that's what I'm excited to see, because I really love that Katie Sackhoff got to do both, like, you know, the voiceover part of, you know, the animated shows, and she gets to be in the live action. So it's just like she's been with this character, playing this character for so long. She's so good at it.
A lot.
Yeah.
This character is, and we don't know what's in the future for Mandalore. It's all going to be new information, new lore, and I just want to see these characters grow and see what happens to Mandalore. Are they actually able to kind of unite all of the different factions of the Mandalorians and come back and kind of rebuild Mandalore now that the Empire's gone?
They know that it's breathable air. You
Yeah.
know, they know it's not like toxic. So we will see. It would be kind of glorious for them to see the Mandalorians back on Mandalore again. So we'll see how that goes. But that planet is like in shambles. So
my guess
we'll
is
see.
though, it's not gonna be peaceful. You know, they're like, we can go back to Mandalore. This is my Mandalore. No, this is my Mandalore. And
They'll
they're
have
gonna...
different. Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how that plays out. Another thing I want to touch on is the Darksaber.
Yes.
We got to see Din use it in the cave, and the way he is still, I guess, learning how to. Yeah, and he had trouble with that.
Yeah.
As we saw in the previous season, but Bo,
on the other hand,
is quite skilled with the Darksaber. So I wonder where and with whom the Darksaber will end up with.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think it's going to be Din, because he didn't even like want it. Remember
Yeah.
how he was like, here,
I don't-
I'll give it to you. And she was like, I can't. So
I have to win it in battle.
yeah, so
But-
we will see.
So far, they've also given hints about, you know, what direction that they're going and whether or not we're going to see Ahsoka in this. Maybe she'll make an appearance in one of these many episodes. But, you know, in episode 1, they did hint at those, what is it called? The light speed whales.
Oh yeah, in episode
So-
1, which is something we didn't talk about in that review because
Which-
we were trying to be vague.
Which is a connection to Ezra.
Everybody
So
was like, "Rebels!"
which is a connection to Grand Admiral Thrawn. Is he going to be a part of this? Are they going to mention it so they can kickstart off what's going to happen in Ahsoka?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to just see where this goes and how
Yeah.
it expands.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting because, like we said in the other review, like we have been watching this like Mandoverse expand, and everything is connecting, and I'm really liking it. And I so far have enjoyed both episodes of season 3. And Katie Sackhoff did an interview with Christian Herloff over at on his channel.
Oh.
And she obviously can't give anything away. The only thing she said is like, Christian said, "Am I gonna lose my mind?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yes.
But which, like, maybe by episode 2, the audience was like, "Oh my gosh!" Episode 1, we saw the whales, and we're like, "Oh my god!" So I think that's already been accomplished. So a lot more good things to come. Loving this universe, loving what we're seeing so far in the season, the first 2 episodes, and I can't wait until next week. And we get to do our normal reaction again. So that'll be really exciting to kind of get back into that. So you guys stay tuned, come on back, and we will have our regular reaction format in the next video. Let us know what you thought of episode 2 of The Mandalorian season 3 in the comments section below. And what are you hoping to see in this season? Do you want to see Thrawn make like a little cameo in this? Do you think we will actually see him and Ezra, or you think that will be saved specifically for the Ahsoka show? Put all your comments, your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.